Can I have a little room here? Mosh is taking over the southern annex of the western annex.
Do we need an additional annex just for
I need more room. I gotta have more cowbell.
We'll get you another annex there just so we have additional storage space.
I gotta have it.
You gotta have it for all your stuff. So what's up, YouTubes?
YouTube.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us here in Murph's Fan Cave.
Did you hit the buttons?
Yeah, I hit the buttons, and so we're doing the stall thing here where we wait for things.
Press the damn button, nerd.
Okay, all right, it's been hit.
So we found out during the promo that your computer really is like. It's
tried to tell you. I tried to tell you.
Slower.
I've been saying that forever.
It only took a 13-year-old for us to figure that out.
Well, you guys have been telling me I'm the slow one. It's not. It's the computer.
It's not. It's the computer. Well, hey, Ron's here. So and so is Super Deuce and Roach. And so let's go ahead. And I guess we can officially hit the button. What do you guys think?
Go.
How many we got?
I don't know. I can't count. Matt Santini, Rev Raider, Raider-Roo, starting to fill up. Tampa Raider, what's up, guys? Yeah, all right, so here we go.
Let's do the damn thing.
So did you fix it? Raider! Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Biletnikoff, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, fine running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we hope to be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio live, coming to you from Murph's Fan Cave. And so we appreciate all of you that are joining us on the audio podcast and all of you that are joining us live on the YouTubes. If you want to catch us and join in live on the YouTubes, you can always find us at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. And so many awesome people have already jumped into the chat, and we appreciate every one of you. And I'm surprised that my co-host is not laughing at him yet, because usually by this point he's laughing at something that someone in the chat room has said. So let's go over and find out what's going on at the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk.
I've got
there he is, and welcome in the one and only Uncle Mosh.
I got plenty to say. Just when Johnny says, hit the dang button.
The buttons have been hit, Johnny.
Johnny says, hit the dang button. And I'm not talking about the lint in the button under Uncle Mosh's shirt. You got to go there right off the bat, Johnny. You got to start with the shirt, Johnny. Are you wanting me? Are you wanting an expose here, Johnny?
I'm just glad you went with giving me shirt or getting in my shirt, and not you just left the R in there. Thank you for that, Mosh.
Thank you.
Mosh is fired up tonight.
Just when Johnny says, oh, good evening, Mosh. Oh, well, good evening, Johnny.
All right, and for the fourth week in a row, we are happy to welcome back into the Fan Cave yet once again to the southern annex of the western annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk.
Yes!
Swaggy J.
What's up, Swaggo?
Yes! Yes, thank you, Chris, for 4 weeks in a row letting me play. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yes, thank you,
Hey,
Miss Chris.
Coach Davis, we love Coach Davis. He goes, keep it down, Mosh. Harley is watching.
Oh, yeah. Don't lift your shirt.
Yeah,
No way.
Don't lift your shirt.
No. We're gonna keep this one PG or just flat PG. That's
Well,
right. Not
yeah.
even
There you go.
PG-13. We'll just go PG. All right. So thank you so much for all of you that are joining us. In fact, before we get going, Swaggo, shout them out. Who do we got in the chat room?
Yeah, we got everyone. We got Rev Raider, Just Win, Johnny, Jason Mares, Wisdom 7, Aaron the Q Dog Raider, Ron the Mater Raider, Raider Tampa Raider. I can't keep scrolling up. We've got the whole crew.
Awesome. Great to see everybody in there and appreciate you. And as I mentioned, you can find us youtube.com/MurphsFanCave. And those of you that are already in there, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to our channel, or like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the button smash the bell, as the kids say, and please help support us in that way. It helps us with our little YouTube initiative here. And so this is quickly becoming one of our favorite things about doing the show is doing it live, and because of the interaction, because of the chat room, and we're really happy with the growth that our channel has had so far, and we want to keep that momentum up. So please like the video again, subscribe to our channel, and then smash that bell. That's the best way nowadays to support us. You can also support us in our audio podcast, which is still heard globally, and thankfully, and such an awesome outlet for us. And you can find us on all your podcast services. All you got to do is search for Murph's Fan Cave, and you can find us on Stitcher, Google Play. What's the one that the Steve Jobs company?
I'm booing you.
It's iTunes.
I'm booing you
It's
right
iTunes.
now. I don't understand. I don't understand.
You know what iTunes? It's iTunes.
No, just when when I'm starting to learn how to push the buttons, they change it on me.
Oh.
My legs are shaking right now. I'm almost ready to come out of the shirt. What happened to iTunes?
iTunes is no longer.
What does that mean? It's still on my phone.
Well.
I still got the iTunes button on my phone. What?
All right, Swaggo, tell them what
Does
happens.
it cost me any money?
Oh, don't ask me. I have no idea.
Okay,
I
so
have no idea what
all right,
happened.
So does that mean
We'll get an Android user to explain it to
All right,
us.
here we go.
Do I have to hear more of that free music from Bono?
Yeah. No, because that's on your Apple Music, actually. So what Apple has done as they've split apart podcasts and the music and the movies and all that stuff. So now you find us on your Apple podcast feed. All you got to do is search for Murph's Fan Cave. It's not iTunes anymore, Mosh. It is Apple Podcasts. All right, and so then if you're an Android user, there's an app. You can just search for Murph's Fan Cave in the Google Play Store, and you can download our app there and listen to it that way. Or you can use whatever your favorite podcatcher is, like Podcast Addict or Stitcher or whatever. There's a whole bunch of them. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us. All right, so thank you for supporting us in that way. In terms of stuff to support us, we are done with T-shirts, and I have an order to go out this week. I know a lot of you are still waiting on your shirts. I have a lot of international orders to send out, so I was kind of waiting for like the last of them to all kind of funnel in. We've got that done now, and I have a huge order going out this week. So all of you that are waiting on your shirts, expect them very, very soon, and appreciate all of you and the way that you supported us. You can still support us by going to RaidersFanRadio.com/gear, and anything that you buy there, we will still plan to give away to either the Biletnikoff Foundation or whatever the next foundation or charity, whatever it is that we come up with. But that said, we're kind of done with this Biletnikoff initiative, at least for the most part, because as you look over Swaggo's left shoulder there, you will see the big giant check that we are going to hand out to the Biletnikoff Foundation, the upcoming this November 1st at their annual Crab Fest. And you can see right there, Biletnikoff Foundation, $2,000. And it's on behalf of the RFR listeners. That is all of you. And thank you so much to all of you. All the shirts that you bought, all the links that you clicked, the donations that you mailed in, all of that stuff was amazing. And we're still a few bucks shy technically of the goal, but we're close enough that I'm like, you know what? Let's print the dang check, man. Let's get ready for let's get ready for California in November, man.
That check is so awesome. Did you make that?
Well, I didn't make it, but I I
so
put
you
in all the
designed it.
information. Yeah.
So you designed it. So you were able to put all the memo right there and the check number.
Yeah, it's like a template, and
the
you
check-
plug in all your logos and stuff, and
what's the significance of the 1983 check number?
It was last year the Raiders won the Super Bowl. It was actually the season. It wasn't technically the year. It was '84 when, but I just thought the season. Why? What's wrong?
Well, I mean, it's the Biletnikoff Foundation. I mean, I don't think Biletnikoff played in 1983, did he?
Well, no,
Easy, big guy.
he retired in '79, I believe. But
Yeah,
I just thought because it's Raiders. Related,
Well, I
so-
mean, I think 1976 was the year that Biletnikoff was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Here we go. Now you're talking my era.
I mean,
All
we
right,
could. we
okay,
could-
all
we
right.
could've
So
talked
that
about
would have been all right.
you know?
So fair enough. That would have been a better
or,
choice.
1988, which was the year that Biletnikoff was inducted in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that would have been a better idea.
Yeah, that would probably, or maybe, or his number 25.
Okay, all right.
Jeez. I mean,
Wow.
and
all right, fair enough.
you know what? I'm gonna bust you a minute, okay?
Okay,
I'm just gonna
all right.
bust you.
Okay.
So
what do you got to say,
so-
Jeff? Don't be shy.
No, so we're a Raiders fan radio family here.
Yeah.
And if you look over here,
Yeah. we
the
see
check is from
Yeah.
who?
From me and Mosh.
Oh, so I guess I'm not any part of that, huh? So $500 was from Swag Jeff. From me. This right here. I'm just a listener. Am I?
Oh yeah, you're a list. You listen to the show.
Do we have a post-it note where I'm going and Jeff? We're gonna go. What is this? You're killing me. I don't get no respect.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, you're killing me.
All right, I couldn't fit Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff on the signature line.
well,
there.
okay.
I love what Raider Ramon says. He goes, swag is chopped liver.
Oh my gosh.
Coach Davis and Harley says, hey, sit your ass down.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. You did use our link quite a few times. To
I did.
to
I
outfit
did.
yourself
I did.
and your family.
Can
and
I
all-
just
yeah.
say that I love
Yeah.
the fact that everything Swaggo orders gets sent to the fan cave.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
okay. So I was just talking numbers.
Yeah, you were.
I was just talking.
You're giving me grief, but I like it. I'm open.
Yeah,
bring it.
yeah.
What else?
Well,
yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I'm gonna do a little numbers.
Let's get some
Uh-oh.
numerology
Yeah,
at it.
this-
Come
yeah,
on.
Wow, we're gonna get some number action
All
all
right,
up
do
in
it.
you. Yeah.
Go.
So right now, so today is the 8-year anniversary of what? Of the divine interception.
Absolutely, it is.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
So if you're into that, why don't you tune into Tales from the Nation?
Hey, nice
And,
segue.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's tune that. Check out that show. It's good stuff. And
What is that show, Jeff?
Tales from the Nation.
I know, but what is it?
Well, we dive into specific moments in Raider history, whether they're good or bad, but it's what makes Raider Nation Raider Nation.
Absolutely.
So,
and you can find that here on the Murph's Fan Cave feed.
We can,
Yeah.
and we've taken a little hiatus from that show, just a little bit, but we will be recording one this week.
That's right. We're going to
So
take
we're gonna
RFR
drop-
proper off this week because of the bye week.
Because of the bye
It's
week.
going to be a bye week
And-
for all of us. So we're gonna record a Tales, and we're gonna put it out there for you guys.
Awesome. And I think we're going to do Bo Jackson.
Okay.
I
Nice.
think we're going to do Bo. I think we're going to
Perfect.
do Bo. But yeah, so great stuff there. But as Jeff said, definitely check out Tales from the Nation. The most recent episode we did was about that divine interception.
Yes.
And yesterday, of course, the also 8-year anniversary of the passing of Al Davis, which we're going to get to in a minute in our respect segment. But before then, let's put Jeff. Well, go ahead, Mark.
Everyone
Go
is
ahead, Mark.
telling me to stifle myself.
Everyone wanted me to tell you this, Jeff.
Will you stifle?
I guess so. I guess so.
And just when Johnny's on fire, man.
All right.
You're next, Murph.
Uh-oh.
Just when Johnny says to Jeff, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Miguel Ruiz says, stifle swag, Jeff. and then
nice.
just when Johnny says, well, yeah, must be a Tennessee thing.
Nice,
LOL.
nice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice.
I
Good
guess
stuff.
so. I guess so. Well, when Mosh stands up and jumps, he gets a standing ovation. When I jump and do
'cause
all
he's
my
half
stuff, they
naked.
tell me to stop it.
Because he's half naked. All you got to do is pull up your shirt when
Well,
you've done that. Yeah.
I'm respecting Coach Davis's
There you
wishes.
go. All
And
right,
here's
fair
the
enough.
other thing, though. They respect their elders, so sit over there.
There you go. All right, Jeff,
I
give us
hear you.
give
so
us one.
We're going to talk some numbers. So
All right, so
before
hold
I-
on. So every week we tie back in our episode number, which this week is 145.
Yes.
I would say 145 because this is the number one fullback in Raider history.
Come on. Oh, nice.
And more 45, unless you count maybe Pete Banaszak.
Oh.
Old Rooster Banaszak, Mosh, as they would say about him. If you needed a yard, he'd get you a yard.
Get you a yard.
If you needed 3 yards,
He'd get you a yard.
that's right. Old Rooster Banaszak. But anyways, Jeff, so tie us back to 145 and how that's significant to Raider Nation.
Yeah, so 145. We're going to take it back, and we're going to talk about an all-time great, and his name is Marcus Allen.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Marcus Allen. In silver and black, he played 145 games.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Yes, he did. 145 games in silver and black.
Very,
Yes,
very
absolutely, absolutely. But I'm not done with numbers.
Oh, come on, Captain Numerology.
It's
Okay.
not 145, but it's numbers that are dear to my heart right now.
cool. Okay.
So the first one is 25.
Okay.
Not only is it Fred Biletnikoff,
Yeah.
but in 25 days, we are going to be
What?
at the Coliseum cheering our Raiders on.
Nicely done.
So
Love it.
yeah, 25 days. And then also the next day that I have, or the next number is 183.
Okay.
183.
I tried to do my best to work this into 145, and I couldn't do the numbers and adding and
Okay.
subtracting, but I've been a Raider fan for 183 days. And I have loved every day,
Nice.
and I've loved this team more and more, and I love all you guys more and more every day. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, we are glad to have you, man. That is awesome.
So there you go.
Great stuff. Good job, Jeff.
Yeah.
Good job,
yeah,
Swaggo, and all that.
I might be done for the night. I've
I mean,
talked
you're
more in
spent.
this 10 minutes than I have in all the other
I know,
shows.
right? You're spent. We're going to start calling this Swaggo Fan Radio or something
Yeah.
over here. It was, great stuff there, man. Appreciate that. Great job on the info and the numbers as always. Okay, Uncle Mosh. We do respect around here.
We like a little respect.
We do
We're a
respect.
little respectful.
We don't do shout outs. We don't do props. Nothing wrong with
Hey,
those
nothing
things. But,
wrong.
we like to give people respect. So I got a few off the top. Now,
Okay.
I got stuff that is directly team related, and then I have one that is show related. So first, I'm going to play you a voicemail, and then I'm going to give you an extra kind of a, actually, no, I'm going to share something with you first. Okay. So
Share with me.
I'm going to share. So people send us stuff here to the fan cave all the time. And not all the time, but regularly we get stuff to the fan cave. And so I got something sent this week. And we have like this wonderful sign that Ron sent to us, the great sign that Ruben sent to us, all the Booster Club shirts. Like we've gotten a lot of cool stuff from you all. This flag right here from King Louis from the London game from last year. We've gotten some amazing stuff. Well, this week, this Amazon Prime box shows up at my house.
And you're thinking Swaggo ordered some more stuff.
Must have
Well,
ordered
yeah.
something, right?
He got
Yeah,
it. He
yeah.
stepped into the sock drawer. Hit the old hidden money.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so what is this? I'm like, this Amazon Prime box. Well, it says it's addressed to Raiders Fan Radio.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay. So I open it up. It's from Kevin the Raider Nerd.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. It is a box of anti-fog lens wipes.
Yes.
Well done, Kevin. For those of you that follow this show or watch it regularly enough, you will know that when I start laughing, my glasses tend to fog up. So Kevin said, this is what all of us nerds that wear buckets on our heads, because Kevin dresses up like a Mandalorian, like Boba Fett, and he has it all Raidered out. And so Kevin said, this is the things that we use to wipe the inside of our helmets. And so he sent me this box of
That's
anti-fog
amazing.
wipes.
So
very,
funny.
very funny, Kevin. Thank you very much. They will definitely be put to good use. Well, Kevin also called us this week. So while we're giving respect to Kevin, the Raider Nerd, and the Fandom Podcast Network, go check out his podcast network. He and his buddy Kyle, besides Kyle being a Chiefs fan, do a great job over there. So definitely support those guys. Fandom Podcast Network and all their like 9,000 shows they do. And they're great. So anyways, but let's give Kevin some props here and hear from him as he called in this week.
Hello, Raider Fans Radio, Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, the Capo, and the other made men and women. This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd. Got a few things I want to say here. First of all, thank you so much for interviewing the guys over there at the Silver Black UK fan club there. Murph, really appreciate it. Keith and Les are great friends of mine. Went over there in 2014 in London to see the Raiders play the Dolphins. I got to know those guys. I joined the Silver and Black UK fan club. I'm a proud member, pay my dues every year. Those guys do a great, great job. If the Raiders ever get back over there, which I'm sure they will, please make it a point to get over there once. Those guys are really, really cool. So thank you guys. Shout out to Ollie as well. So what else is going on? Oh, yes. Raiders beat the Bears.
Yeah, they did.
Mac versus the Raiders. Remember when Mac was on Dion's show last week saying, oh, he's looking so forward to playing the Raiders. Well, we saw what happened. And I'd just like to mention one thing. First of all, there's an incognito quote after the game where, Mac wouldn't talk to the media. And, of course, well, we know why. Josh Jacobs, whom the Raiders selected with one of their picks, they had received from the Bears, rushed for 123 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. Mac didn't talk after the game in violation of the NFL's media access policy, but Raiders guard Richie Incognito talked enough for both of them. He said, quote, of course we take that personally, Incognito said. Quote, he was talking about how he was looking forward to playing us and all that stuff. There's history. We came out and we were physical with him, and they didn't like it. Since Mac joined the Bears last year, no team had scored 24 or more points and gained 398 or more yards against them in a regulation game until the Raiders did it Sunday. Oh, man, now this just isn't a normal win, guys. Yes, this does put us in the win column here, but this is about all the crap going on with Mac and that whole trade. This is something that should be in the future Tales from the Nation, guys. Yes, I love the fact that we're above 500 now, but now this shuts up the critics because now we don't have to listen to the damn media blowing sunshine up Mac's butt and the rest of the Chicago defense. This is just freaking awesome. This to me is one of the biggest wins, just single standalone wins, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm not expecting them to go far into the playoffs, but I love this. Google Voice, I see ya. I'm not going yet. Anyway, great win. I love this. This is great for the Raiders community, and I'm really excited that we get to share this win, and I really, really hope that this is a lot more to go. Google Voice, I see ya. See you guys later, and goodbye.
Just escaped.
Just escaped. Google Voice tried to get you, Kevin, but you made it out.
The problem is Google Voice is looking over his shoulder.
He's he's already been he's been dealt with by Capo, and so he knows better than to step to some of the people here on Raiders Fan Radio. But you guys are doing great, and and there's more of this coming. You guys are getting really fun with the way that you're avoiding Google Voice. I'll just say that. We're going to hear from many, many of you. So thank you, kid. Thank you again, Kevin. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the amazing show support that you give us. Absolutely. Kevin does a great job over there. Phantom Podcast Network. Check them out. Can't support them enough. All right. As we mentioned at the top of the show, yesterday was the anniversary of Al's passing back in 2011. And so I want to give respect, obviously, to Al, and the whole rest of this respect segment is going to be an overriding Al-centric thing. But I want to feature another call. We're going to do a lot of calls tonight. This is going to be a really heavy Sea of Fans week, and so we're going to
tell them why. Because we won't be here next week.
Yeah, we're not here next week, and we've been limiting our calls to 8 a show because we want to get all this other stuff in. But coming off a huge win, as Kevin said, this was a very significant regular season win to be an out-of-conference game. Like usually games like this don't have that kind of weight that this game did. So we wanted to pay it the proper respects. And while it's fun for us to sit here and talk about it, and we will, we wanted to let you guys get it out and to talk about it because we had so many great calls. Now, I still didn't get them all because we would be here all night long, but we have like 17 freaking voicemails to get to. Like, it's bananas. So we're going to go ahead and let them fly, man. So we'll talk about the game, and then we're going to go heavy into the Sea of Fans. All right. So so that being said, Ruben, who we'll hear later on from in terms of the game, but Ruben wanted to kind of give his respects to Al. So that's why Ruben is here in the respect segment.
Hey guys, Ruben from Vegas. Just calling it back again. As it came up on my news feed, today's the 8-year anniversary of our legendary godfather, Al Davis, passing away. Just wanted to call, and just crazy how, a boy being born in Texas, moved to California, you know, being raised by my father figure uncle telling me all the stories about the Raiders and Al Davis and whatnot. And, you know, now with YouTube, you know, I could look back at all these memories from NFL films and whatnot. But today I just wanted to give a call, man. You know, 8 years ago, we lost our godfather. And just crazy how things work out, like coming out here to Vegas, me, myself being out here 5 years, and now my team's coming out here, the team that I will love till the day that I die. But just wanted to give a call on that real quick. And Murph, thanks again for sending me that book, Behind the Shield. I'm going to read it. You know, I've read it, but not all of it. I'm on chapter 6, but I think I'll read a chapter today, just in memory of our godfather, Al Davis, 8 years ago today. Rest in peace. Win, lose, or tie, Raiders till I die.
All right, great job, Ruben. Appreciate that, and absolutely was glad to send you this book. And to those of you that don't or aren't familiar with this book, two of these three authors, Bruce Kebrick, John Kingdon, and Steve Corcoran, we've had Kingdon and Corcoran both on our show. You can find that. Just go back and look at some of the RFR conversations. But these three guys were either confidants of Al Davis, or in Corcoran's case was a guy that covered Al during many of his years in Oakland, especially the second time through. And this is an account. This is not a linear story. This isn't a biography. This is basically an account of a lot of the things that happened with Al during that time. And it's a fascinating insight into the character of Alan Davis, the managing general partner. And it's just, it's the reasons that we love Al and all, it's all exposed in this book, and it's very raw. It's very, firsthand accounts of a lot of stories, and it's great. So if you're not familiar with that book, definitely check it out and go back and check out our interviews with these guys, because again, the insight is fantastic. So that being said, Al was so innovative on many different fronts, and he's often referred to as a maverick. And maverick, by definition, is what, Mosh? It's like somebody that thinks differently than others, right?
It's an outside the box thinker.
Outside the box thinker. So, so in terms of the diversity in his hiring, from Amy Trask to Art Shell to Tom Flores, and if you look at all the different wonderful things that he did on those fronts, that's to me the most important things that he did as a maverick, but also the way that he crafted this organization, the way he built the mystique around the team, the way that he marketed the team, the way that he strategized on the field. Al Davis was a genius and a maverick in all facets of his life, and that's what makes him such a fascinating person of history, and especially in this Raider world and in terms of the NFL. So in terms of the on the field, though, I want to play a couple of clips for you. This is so cool to listen to Al. This is where he's talking about his offensive philosophy and his defensive philosophy. We're going to play the offensive one first. And you got to remember, at the time that Al's talking about these things had never been done before. Like, now these things are commonplace in today's NFL. But back in the time when Al's describing this, and actually he's describing this like 30 years after he implemented these things initially. So anyways, it's a great listen, and I hope you dig it. So here's first Al on his offensive philosophy.
I had the advantage to be with Sid Gilman in San Diego, but I had certain philosophies of my own that had to become part of whatever I was to do. And that was, number one, what I call the vertical game. We were going to stretch the field vertically. When we came out of the huddle, we weren't looking for first downs. We didn't want to move the chains. We wanted touchdowns. We wanted the big play, the quick strike. It's number one to say you want to do that. It's number two to say that you have the players to do it, but it's number three to do it. To do it on first down of any football game for that defense that you're playing against. For those cornerbacks who play out there on the corners, to know that the Raiders are coming at you, they're coming at you on top, and they've got the speed to do it, and they will do it. It's like having the bomb and being willing to drop it. The adage that goes around in professional football, and I hear everyone say it, take what they give you. That all sounds good to everybody, but I always went the other way. We're going to take what we want.
Mosh, I want to get your feedback on this before we get into Al's defensive philosophy. How much different was this in the time when you would watch a Raider game in the 70s? How much different was it than the other teams and what they were doing in terms of offensive?
We talked about a maverick. What is a maverick? A maverick is somebody that thinks outside the box. But to actually be a Maverick. You have to implement what you think of. There's a lot of big thinkers out there, but to have the cojones to get out there and do it, that's the stepping over the line. That's the getting outside of the box. That's where people say he really was a Maverick. And he had it, you know. He had that intestinal fortitude, you know, to get out there and say, I'm going to do it my way, come hell or high water, you know, and you never knew what was going to happen. You know, that was always the best part about watching those games, you know. And I think about other people that followed his mindset. Charlie Finley, you know, the guy that owned the A's, you know. Remember, he wanted to bring in yellow baseballs. Stuff like that. You know, I remember going to an A's game one time with your dad and my brother, and there was more people working at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum than bought tickets to the A's game. But it didn't matter. These innovative thinkers were saying, we got something here, let's do it. You know? Yeah. And that was always cool. You never knew what to expect. And that was the best part of it.
Cool.
It wasn't just another football game. There was something. What are they going to say? We used to like it when they'd talk bad about us on the radio. Well, you know, we used to like it when they'd talk bad about us on the TV. We knew. Madden used to say that we were the most penalized team in professional football for a reason. You know?
Right? Yeah.
Because we didn't care.
Because
you know?
Cheating is encouraged, and rule number 2, see rule number 1, right? You know,
Yeah.
so and again, and that all goes back to a lot of those things that Al implemented and the mystique that he built around the team, and so yeah, absolutely. So cool stuff there. All right, let's get into the defensive side of the ball, and let's hear about Al's philosophy there.
Well, the defensive theory evolved early on in the 60s to, number 1, pressure. Put pressure on the pocket. We do believe that this is a game, psychologically, of intimidation and of fear. I don't mean cowardly fear, but fear. And I think that somewhere within the first 5 to 10 plays of a game, the other team's quarterback must go down. And he must go down hard. That alone sets a tempo for a game. And diversification of defense and the utilization of your corners in a bump and run principle. We used to call it the press. We got the idea from John Wooden when he had his great zone press with his great basketball teams, where they picked you up as soon as you took the ball out and they pressured you. And we got the idea, and we called it press, and I think it was Don Shula who started using the word bump and run, and so we changed to bump and run.
All right, there it goes. But yeah, great stuff there. Defensive philosophy, you know, it's such a famous quote. Quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
Yep,
you know, and
I love it.
It was just, man, those Raiders defenses of the 70s were just so impressive. And I'm going to assume the answer to that question, Mosh, or the question that I asked you first about offensive, same kind of, even though it's a different philosophy, same kind of presence defensively, just looked different than what you would see in other football teams, right?
It did. I mean, people knew win, lose, or tie, they knew they were in a fight when they played the Raiders.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They knew they were in a fight.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, I remember the my brother who got me into the Raiders football, your Uncle Bruz, he used to say he was a huge Muhammad Ali fan. You know, and he used to say that after the first time that Ali fought Frazier, you know, and he lost, you know, and he said, yeah, he may have lost that bout, but Frazier's the one that spent 28 days in a hospital. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, and that's kind of, that was their philosophy. That was their mindset. You're going to know you played us. And, you know.
That's so
I love it.
It's so good. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. So we definitely always want to honor the legacy of the Raiders around here. You know, it's a focus of our show, and it will, even though we're coming off this epic win in Chicago, we're going to lead with the legacy of the team, man. We're going to lead with the legacy of Al Davis. It's just necessary, man. We're gonna pay our respects, and so I appreciate you all hanging with us through that.
All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update. That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us, show@RaidersFanRadio.com, or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? Good.
All right, as I mentioned, we're coming off a big win in Chicago, so let's go ahead and get to the discussion about big win in Chicago. Listen to me. Big win in London against Chicago.
It sounded like it was in Chicago.
Yeah, can I bring
Oh,
that
yeah,
up?
right? Oh, please, go ahead.
So you and I were talking about, I mean, we know our contingent of fans over there,
Tons.
right? I mean, tons and tons of
Right.
fans. We know that we have, we have all those fan clubs in
Silver and Black UK.
Silver and Black UK. They're
Yeah.
all over the place, man. But it was a Chicago crowd. And so I said to you, I go, why is it that it's a Chicago crowd? And you were like, I don't get it. And then all of a sudden it dawned on us, people don't, in the UK, when they get ready to go visit the States, when they're going to go across the pond, they're going to say, hey, let's go to the Big Apple. Let's go to San Francisco. Let's go to Chicago. They don't say, hey, let's go to Alameda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Oakland. They don't do that. So the idea that they know the Raiders, but it's not a destination.
Yeah.
Oakland is sorry. It's just not a destination.
Odds are someone's visited Chicago long before they visited Oakland.
Exactly.
And even if they visited San Francisco, odds are they haven't visited Oakland.
There's so much to see in the city, and they're not going to go, hey, let's take that little bridge over there and go see what's over there.
Go to Jack London Square or whatever, or the Fox Theater, right?
Odds are it's not going to happen. So
I'm with you. And that's and if somebody, and look, we have so many UK listeners to this show. If you all know why that was the case, please let us know, because we thought for sure it was going to be a big time Raider crowd, and it wasn't. I mean, Jeff and I, we went and watched some of the video of some of the touchdowns, because I like to, Mosh, we like to feature the audio of like the scoring plays
Sure.
from like in the stands. It really wasn't that. I mean, there was a roar, but it wasn't like it is in the freaking Oakland Coliseum. But
Right.
So, Jeff, what were your thoughts there about the game?
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Hold
Shout
everything.
him out, Mod. Shout him out. And then tell
Well,
us what it is.
everybody's there. The Big Easy's there. Ron's there. Get to Weld is there. It is what it is there. Raider Nation is there. And Coach Davis says the Walmart in Oakland is like a third world country.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Coach.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. All right,
Okay.
Go ahead, Swagger. What do you got?
Yeah, well, I've got a bunch.
Well, you want me to go first then?
Go for it.
All right. First off, well, I won't still. Just so I don't go both sides of the ball. Max Crosby was amazing. Max.
Hey.
But I think the big standout to me in this game was the offensive play calling. I thought that the as much maligned John Gruden and his West Coast offense, who we've soapboxed about plenty around here, he ran at Khalil Mack. He put doubles on Khalil Mack. Alec Ingold destroyed Khalil Mack plenty of times. Trent Brown manhandled Khalil Mack. And he went right at the man that everybody was looking for. Everyone wanted to come to that game to see defense, and the wrong one showed up. And that's because John Gruden and his play calling neutralized him for what our offensive game plan was, neutralized his impact. So that was my biggest takeaway. Swaggo, what do you got?
Yeah. I mean, just to kind of just drill that home. I mean, the defense was unbelievable. Max Crosby had another wonderful game. Mo Hurst had a pair of sacks, and the second sack to end the game. Did you see what he did?
Where
he
did
the Khalil Mack. No.
Oh,
he did the Khalil Mack.
You're talking about Hurst.
Yeah, he did the whatever he does right here.
Yeah.
He kind of mocked him a little
That's
bit,
right.
and I dig that.
Because Max did the Damian Lillard, the bow and arrow, which was really cool,
which was
too.
super cool.
Yeah.
But then obviously Josh Jacobs. I mean, he took over.
He's undeniable.
He took over. Yeah, I mean that last drive, 97 yards for the go-ahead touchdown. He took over. I mean, just from the first play from scrimmage, we were on the 3-yard line, and he jumped up for 12 yards.
Right.
I mean, it just gave us a little breathing room, and it was fantastic. And actually, Josh Jacobs surpassed Marcus Allen for the most rushing yards by a rookie in Raider history through the first 5 games. He had 123 yards on the ground on Sunday, which now he's at 415 yards rushing.
Wow.
Dang, look at you dropping knowledge this week, Swaggo.
Swaggo is our number guy,
telling you, killing it. So, Mosh, anything to you besides the crowd, the lack of, well, not lack of Raider representation, but just the fact that it was a heavy Chicago crowd? Anything else?
I mean, I love that our folks were there, and you know what? We kind of like being outnumbered.
Yeah.
So that's okay. But what I liked, man, I gotta get on the bandwagon, and I'm really not on the bandwagon because I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been driving the damn thing. Gar, man. Gar.
Yes.
Gar.
Come on, preach.
I love when he spreads the wealth, man. 9 different receivers.
Unreal.
9 different receivers. He had 5, count them, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys that were receivers for him that had receptions that averaged over 10 yards.
Oh, but he doesn't throw it downfield, Mosh.
No. Morrow, Waller, Davis, Carrier, and Renfro, they're all going to say, you're right. He doesn't throw it over 10
He's
yards.
checked down Charlie.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the right after the Minnesota Vikings game when you know who you are, all of you. We're talking all that junk about Derek Carr. What happened to that? I thought this isn't our offense, Mosh.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, and you know who else is a what do they call you, a bootlicker for Carr?
He's a bootlicker.
He's
Carr drunk.
You know who else is? The Oakland Raider players.
Yes.
Did you see Abram today?
Oh.
Going to Carr's defense against that dummy Stephen A. Smith.
Oh,
Was
Mosh.
that on ESPN?
Yes.
Oh, my
Everybody's
gosh.
been talking about it all day.
Oh,
What
my
happened?
gosh.
I didn't see it. What happened?
Well, he called him a winner. And Stephen A. laughed in his face and was like, "Well, have you seen your record the last couple of years?" And he was like, "It doesn't matter, dude. He has the most fourth quarter comebacks in the last couple seasons combined than any other quarterback." And
he said, so you're telling me that you're prepared, your team is prepared to go forward with Derek Carr as your quarterback in the future? And he said,
1,000% yes.
Yeah, Jonathan
Wow.
Abram represented big time today.
Absolutely.
Very proud of that young man. And they call it the car wash. That's when you go and do all the different ESPN shows. And he did them all. He went to Bleacher Report. Like, he was all over the place today.
Nice.
And he's awesome, man. We're just that young man is representing number 24
Fantastic.
very appropriately.
Yep.
Like, he's definitely earning a lot of respect around here. In fact, he should have ended up on our respect segment at the top, frankly, for what he did today. A great job there. All right, so so Coach was fired up. Post game in the locker room, he's always so good for a soundbite, Mosh. And I don't know if you had a chance to hear this yet, but here we are in the locker room with John Gruden right after the game.
Hey, listen, I don't have a disco in here. I don't have a disco. Well, let's all start dancing. Let me say this, man. I'm 56 years old. That's the most fun I've ever had tonight, man. I am so proud of you. You have no idea. I mean, we've been through a roller coaster already, but what you proved today is one thing. You can beat anybody, anywhere, on any time zone.
Yeah. Come on, Coach.
We're going to have a great flight home. We have some injuries. I want everybody to have a great bye week. You have the whole week off. Love y'all, man, so much. Now let's get home. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
So good. It's so
Jeez.
good.
Gives me chills, man.
A whole week off, they're going to get fat.
Oh, man. All right. So, another audio segment we've been enjoying featuring here on the show is Brian Baldinger. He does Baldy's breakdowns on the NFL Network and also on his Twitter feed. And last week he did the defense. This week he did the offense. And I just dig this guy's voice, the passion that he speaks with, and especially when he's loving on our Raiders. And so he did a great rundown this week of Josh Jacobs. So his videos kind of end and start abruptly. So just know that's not me cutting it off. But let's hear Brian Baldinger break down what Josh Jacobs did against. Hey, wasn't that supposed to be the best defense of football?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much that day.
You're going to think that you died and went to heaven and joined Al Davis. If Al could watch this kind of football, look at Josh Jacobs here, cutting right behind. Richie Incognito, Rodney Hudson. On 2nd and 1, he picks up 4. Khalil Mack's got to take him down from the backside. And when it's 3rd and 1, you know what, Johnny G? You know what that Chuck E. Cheese dialed up? Toss crack right at Khalil Mack. Marcel Aitman pinned Khalil Mack so Colton Miller can get out. So that Rodney Hudson can get out. And you know what you got? An alley. This Josh Jacobs. He's a different kind of alley cat. You know what alley cats do? They don't get knocked off their feet. And when Khalil Mack jumps on your back at the 33-yard line, you take him for a ride.
Come on.
A 7-yard ride.
Come on.
That's a bull. Guess what the reaction of Chucky is over here? You think Chucky likes this? You think Chucky likes that? He might be saying a few things to Khalil Mack there. Oh, this was some good-looking football. Remember Derek Brown?
I love
Highest
this
paid
guy.
tackle in
The
football.
best.
Raiders are crazy. What does Mayock know? Well, you know what he did? He gives free Uber rides. Or in London, is it Lyft? Maybe it's Lyft. Yeah, he gave him a Lyft ride right here. Josh Jacobs running behind him. Derek Brown ain't done. He took him for a long Lyft ride. Oh, coming out of the end zone. Can you run the ball coming out of the end zone? I wonder what the Bama spring game is like in Tuscaloosa when Josh Jacobs gets loose. And there's Eddie Jackson. Bama on Bama. Left shoulder, left foot, left shoulder, left foot. Oh, that's what the spring game at Bama must have been like. Then when you get down, the tough yards. Richie Incognito taking Eddie Goldman for a ride. Trevathan, Rodney Hudson. They can't get off blocks. But down here, at 1st and goal to 12, here comes Alec Ingold. You know what he's going to do? He's going to throw the blade on Alex Mack, on Khalil Mack. Alec Ingold on Khalil Mack. You know what you got? You got a touchdown. You know what you do when you have the game winner? You launch rockets. You launch rockets for the winner. It's Alec Ingold for a rocket and Josh Jacobs for a rocket. And they just bomb Chicago.
That's amazing.
He's so good, man. Baldinger's the best. And yeah, man, great stuff there from him. And appreciate those breakdowns, man. Because if you're not following him, definitely check it out because there's a video component to this where he's showing you what the Raiders are doing, and it's fascinating. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So I mean, he's highlighting the offensive line and just the superb play that they've had. I mean, really over the last few weeks. But remember, Gabe Jackson is coming back after this bye week.
Know.
I mean, so if you like the way they're playing now, I mean, holy
Just
crap.
wait.
Holy crap, it's going to get better. I mean, there's going to be more holes for Josh Jacobs to run through. It's going to be amazing.
He's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Well, yeah.
All right, so along with Brian Baldinger, another one of our favorites around here in terms of media is Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football. Always has the funniest takes, and that's a great show, and he's definitely one of the highlights on it. And we're kind of Jim Rome nerds, or were for a long time, and Kyle we know from the Jim Rome show too. So anyways, let's go and hear from Kyle. He's been a great proponent of the Raiders so far, and he's also a Bears fan. So just know that, yeah. And so just kind of know that going into this soundbite.
Yeah, hand in the air. I thought Khalil Mack was going to terrorize the entire organization yesterday, 100%. That was one of the greatest days the Raiders have had in years. Not just because they won, they beat someone who mattered. They stood up for themselves. They stood up for their company. We traded Khalil Mack. Do something about it. They didn't. And yes, Kate, to answer your question, they just beat the Colts. Yep. They just beat the Bears. Yep. The Raiders are a very real 3-2. You do not want to play them right now, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying
The Raiders.
The damn Raiders. Hell yes. My bad.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs.
I mean,
unbelievable.
Talk about it. Hand in the air. I thought Khalil Mack was going to terrorize the.
All right, there goes. Yeah, great stuff there, man. Appreciate Kyle and him supporting the Raiders. And again, that's coming from a Bears fan. Of course, he's unbiased because he's on national television nowadays. But still, to hear that kind of support, man, that's
he's
awesome.
all about some Raiders.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, man. And it's true because there was so much more. Look, I know that in the win column, look, it's a W, but it's at a conference. Like, it doesn't really influence a lot. I mean, yes, I don't want to say it doesn't influence, but it's not like we were playing the Chiefs, okay?
No, but it sends a message, Murph.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, well, build on that, Mosh, because how important was this going into the bye week, all the criticism, all of the questioning, the second guessing, like, what does a win like this do to build for what's going to happen the rest of the year?
And that key word you said right there, build. We've been talking about that since we signed this guy for his 10-year contract, is that we're building. And if we can, I mean, what about all the press and everything? I mean, he just said it. I thought Mac was going to run all over him.
Yeah.
This was huge. This was quite possibly the biggest game by far. This was bigger, and I hate them. Don't get me started on how much I hate the Donkeys. But this was a pivotal game for us.
Yeah, I agree.
To do this travel the way that we did it, with Coach saying, no, we're not going home. We're going over there. We're going across the pond. We're going to spend the week there. I learned from last year. And to come out there and send a message, this was huge.
That was absolutely great feedback there, Mosh. And yeah, man, so as exciting as it was for us as Raider fans, it was very, we'll call it disappointing to Chicago Bears fans and to Chicago media. And so all of them were like Kyle, expecting them to just run all over us, that Khalil Mack was going to have a huge day. So everyone has this expectation because you signed that guy in particular to a $140 million, $90 million guaranteed contract. And guess what happens when your guy shows up with 3 tackles and a quarterback hit, not a sack, right? So what happens that day? Well, everybody now all of a sudden, now they're starting to feel it a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's check in with Chicago media, Mosh, and see what they had to say.
Coach team, top to bottom, even against some of the most horrific bad calls I've seen in games all year. All that being said, Chase Daniels gave us a great chance to get back in this thing and win this game. Unfortunately, he had a couple of stupid interceptions. All that being said, where's our defense? Where is the greatest defense? I heard Dick is spouting off this week. Oh, yeah, this is one of the greatest defenses I've ever done. Maybe better than... You cannot give up 97-yard touchdown drives in the fourth quarter. Where's the $141 million Khalil Mack? He's on the sidelines, breathing hard. What is it, 50 degrees in London? All I'm telling you is this. This team, I'd like to buy them for what they're worth and sell them for what they think they're worth. They all think they're so great. And I'm telling you what, Anthony Miller, you little handed to him from the opening kickoff. And I'm telling you this, Chase Daniel, you can't expect a quarterback to be error-free when he's got people in his face. You know how many times Derek Carr got hit today? You know how many times our great defensive line hit him? One time. OB got closer to him from the guy from our studio. I'm telling you, this is a debacle, and you hang it right on Matt Nagy's behind.
Wow.
Well,
let this guy go, well,
Daniel, that was the most hamp OB moment in the show's history.
Wow. I love it.
Tell us what you really think.
Yeah, I know, right? So Chuck, thankfully, host of the Fan Club Blitz, president of New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, posted that up on his social media. I was able to find it through him, so thank you, Chuck. That just cracked me up.
I got it, Jeff. Q-Dog, you're gonna need the wipes for your glasses.
Oh no,
Q-Dog, I can hear the sausages logged in that blowhard's throat.
So hey.
I'm all right. I just had a small one.
So listen. So Mosh. So we reached out to Raider Nation for response. So we reached out. We knew that. Look, this was the Chicago commentary. This is Chicago media, and frankly, this was a blanket statement in response to Chicago media, Raiders beat writers, Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Mike Silver, any of you online that have ever talked junk about Derek Carr, any of you that ever criticized the Raiders for the Khalil Mack trade, anybody that criticized us drafting who we drafted, for all of you, that we reached out to some of Raider Nation for a response, and this is what we had to say.
Awesome. Sugar Saint says, did I miss something? Why is everyone laughing?
Yeah, we're laughing at all you idiots that always want to give our team crap, man. Selling your freaking Raider fandom soul for a bad game. Quit doing it. All right, so here we go. Look, Kevin, thank you very much for the anti-fog wipes, because see what happens to my glasses, they fog.
That
up.
was
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
6.5 minutes of uncontrollable I told you so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we hate to say I told you so.
Yeah, we will. We will in a minute.
Yeah, we're above it, but whatever. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, just let's all stay in our lanes and remember what this Raider thing is all about. All right, Mosh, let's get to see you fans.
Oh my gosh! Right now?
Yeah,
you
do
wanna
it
go right now.
Yeah, go now.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he's thrown. It is.
All right. We got a huge Sea of Fans mailbag to get to tonight. So many great calls. I'm just going to shut up and let's just dive right on into it because there's so much to hear from all of you. So first off, to kick off this segment, we always like to hear from our emailers, and Mosh and Swag Jeff do a great job reading through those. So, gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Mosh, who do you got to lead us off?
I got Swaggy J.
Oh, okay. Swag Jeff, what do you got to lead us off?
So this is the new Raiders culture. We don't have a high-powered offense, but we'll beat them in the trenches. The biggest thing I took from Sunday's game is that our tight ends, our fullback, and our running back are all capable of putting Mac on his butt. And coming back this bye week, we will have Gabe Jackson. Think about it, guys. Miller, Incognito, Hudson, Jackson, and Trent Brown. This O-line will be better than the 2016 line, and Jacob only makes them better. Roach.
Nice, Roach.
Good job, Roach.
Good job, Roach. Appreciate that email.
What's up, Raider Fan Radio? Wickety, 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 whack daddy. Wickety, 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 whack. Who? Ha ha ha! What a game! What a game! Despite having laid some eggs, Sunday's game was a Johnny Drama worthy material. Before I continue.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Thank you, God.
Oh.
Victory!
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Where was I? Oh,
Johnny Drama material.
Before
Yeah,
I
yeah,
continue, got to pay my respects to Murph, Uncle Mosh, Sonny, Little Murph, and Keep It Swaggy J, our Capo Q-Dog, Emiliano, Big Raider Trucker, our Sergeant at Arms, all the made men and women, and to the man who used to wear 52. You are wickety whack. I've been real busy at work, so I apologize if I can't come into the chat and enjoy the camaraderie that is Raiders Fan Radio. Gotta say, Josh Jacob reminds me of Marcus Allen. I mean, look at that monster jump into the end zone.
Yeah.
I am currently traveling to Donkeyland, heading to Illinois for some R&R, but I wanted to send a message to let you all know that I am well. Just needing to rest a lot because, graveyard shift is not for the faint of heart. Speaking of faint of heart, our defensive backs need to take this bye week to study Green Bay because they were constantly playing out of position against that not-so-bad news Bears, and we cannot afford to be messing around. Knowing an elite QB in Rodgers will be slicing through our defense like ba-ba-ba-da. To close this email, Mo Hurst, Mad Max Crosby. I look forward to seeing more of them as they were rocking it. Stay positive, keep the faith, support our team, and rest in peace, Godfather Al Davis. Sincerely, the Full Metal Mexican.
Nice.
Hey.
He's got a P.S.
Okay.
Free perfect.
Oh, not until next year.
Yeah, well, he's locked
sadly,
up.
He's locked up. Sadly, man, that stinks. For those of you that didn't see, Burfitt's suspension was upheld today, and despite Derek Carr and others coming out and speaking on his behalf, and so we've lost him for the year. So that stinks. But all right, next email. What you got, Swaggo?
We're going back to Mosh on this
back
one.
to Mosh again. Okay.
Uncle Mosh, Murph, Swag, Jeff, and Raider Nation. I guess you could teach an old Gruden new tricks. During his pregame pressers, he stated that it was a mistake to travel to London on Friday last year. This year, he elected to travel on Sunday right after the Indianapolis game. I think this decision was a big factor in the Raiders' quick start. Mac was a non-factor. I'm tired of Raider fans saying that it was a mistake to trade Mac. He's a great player, but fans seem to forget that Mac didn't want to play in Oakland.
Preach.
If he did, I think he would have met with Coach Gruden before the trade. It's been over a year. Get over it.
Come on.
Our young players had a great day. Jacobs had his first 100-yard rushing game and more than 140 yards of offense from scrimmage. Our tight ends had over 100 yards receiving, and Crosby, Mayoa, and Hurst had sacks, while our O-line gave up 0. Conley and Moreau had interceptions, and Davis had 65 yards of kick returns on 2 attempts. All in all, a great game from all 3 phases. Probably, most importantly, the team didn't panic when faced with untimely turnovers and a questionable call or two. The bye week's coming up at a good time for some much-needed rest and recuperation, especially during the cruel and unusual extended road trip. Raider Nation forever, Frank in NorCal. P.S. I gave Uncle Mosh top billing so he wouldn't be upset.
Nice.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
Nice job, Frank. Well, he's the patriarch of the family, so he's well-deserved of top billing for sure. Absolutely. Good stuff there. All right, Swaggo, you got one now?
We're going back to Mosh on this one.
I'm ready.
Oh, is that Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know he's got a lengthy one, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to use the rest of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening, guys. Hope you're all well. The phrase of the week is pride and poise. I can tell you how proud I am of the guys getting the win on Sunday. Good job on the camera, Murph.
Sorry, hold on.
Hang on. On and off the field, I thought we were amazing all week. If that's how we're going to play after being in the city for a week prior to the game, we should do it every road trip. The week leading up to the game was superbly handled by the players and coaches alike, especially in the face of some really lazy journalism. Majority of the media fools only wanted to talk about how good the Bears are. What are you going to do to stop the Bears? Have you seen how good their defense is? Very few positive questions about how we're progressing and the threat we pose to them. They may as well have said that what's the point of coming all this way when you know you'll lose? Mo Hurst answered them, coming off the field at the end of the game, though, bless him. There are so many positives to take away from this win. I really thought that the first half was one of the most controlled, dominant displays from us in quite a while. And despite the third quarter brain fart, we once again showed excellent character and determination to see out the win. It seems wrong to name individuals in such a team performance, but I'm going to. The entire O-line was immense. Max Crosby's energy is infectious. Benson Mayowa is becoming very dominant, very quietly. Nick Morrow and Tahir Whitehead must have played every snap, and Josh Jacob is ridiculous. He's starting to remind me of Marshall Faulk. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Jacob say during preseason that he was starting to see things in slow motion and it was becoming easy for him? Man, he's playing like it. The third quarter was a little soul-destroying, but we got through it. I take blood pressure medication, guys, and that third quarter is why. I'm saying that the only time I thought we'd blown it was the fumble at their 1 yard line. I admit I wasn't good company for a short while after that. If you, that's the proverbial you, add Gabe Jackson, Jonathan Abram, Markel Lee, and Jordan Devey to that roster, things are starting to look mighty impressive. Not to mention Terrell Williams, J.J. Nelson, Dwayne Harris, and Clellan Farrell. Who?
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L.
All missed the game as well. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. As for number 52, in the words of Elliot Ness in The Untouchables, to another famous son of Chicago, here endeth the lesson.
Oh,
Nice.
Excellent reference.
My anger this week is directed at the officials again. Can somebody explain to me why Mo Hurst was flagged for roughing the passer when it clearly wasn't?
Come on.
And 52 wasn't penalized for hitting DC late? Where's the common sense and consistency? Also, I read earlier that there was no ejection or suspension for Earl Thomas's hit on the Pittsburgh QB. I guess they'll add another 5 games on to Vontaze Burfict instead. Last, but by no means least, God bless Al Davis. Those 8 years have gone quickly. Hope you were smiling Sunday, big guy. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Paulie Award winner from 2019, Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, one-time winner of the Raiders Fan Sizzler Award.
Nice job, Paul.
Nice.
Excellent job. And Paul wasn't done, is he?
No,
Swaggo?
we got some bonus Paul.
Bonus Paul.
Bonus
Do I
Paul.
need to do? I need to look up. What's the thing we had? 60 seconds of Paul.
Yeah, 30 seconds of Paul or whatever. So sorry, guys. I missed an important shout-out off of my earlier email. A number of Raider Nation are all over social media going trade crazy. This is where I agree with the voice of reason, Big Raider Trucker. He said on Twitter, stop playing Fantasy Madden. We don't need to trade for anybody. Roll with who we've got and wait until Vegas when these guys are lined up dying to be Raiders. I have to agree with him. Nurture the current youngsters, then hit the league next year with another Gruden Mayock masterclass at the draft. Love you guys. His Lordship, Paul Egerton, straight out of Mississippi. And check out his new shirt.
That's fantastic. Paul lives in Shropshire, England, but he is west of Birmingham, so we often joke that he's from Mississippi. And so, yeah, Shropshire, Mississippi. Great job, Paul.
Nice.
Paul! Paul! Paul!
Paul.
Paul!
Ball?
Paul! 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 Paul!
Paul.
Claude! Claude! Claude!
Paul.
Paul! 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 Paul!
Paul. Your name Paul? Hello? Paul. Hello? Paul.
I met him with Paul. Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul!
Hi. I'm Paul.
Nice.
Great job, Paul. Appreciate the emails as always, my friend, and big win for you and the rest of the folks over there in the UK. Great stuff. All right, so if you call the show, 909-345-3346, and leave us a voicemail, you become a made man or a made woman, and we're going to feature many of all of them. Many of all of them? Many of them?
Many to the all.
Many of to the all. Some great voicemails tonight. Again, so many that we went ahead and doubled our efforts on voicemails. And, we have a leader, though, of the made men and the made women. He is the capo. We call him Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, and we will always lead off this segment with him. So let's hear from Aaron.
Greetings, Don Murph, Consigliere Mosh on the boss, Sonny, Lil Murph, Swag Jeff. Yeah, I called you out, little homie.
Hey.
I thought you on Big Raider Trucker, Mojo Raider, Raider Ramon Nation. Well, we made it back from the Trade Bowl over there in London. And we emerged victorious, baby. I mean, it feels good. I mean, the league office has us traveling all over the world, playing everybody and their brother, yet they didn't expect us to be 3-2 when it's over. And I like that post-game, speech that Chucky gave. I mean, I'm sure they had a good plane ride back to Oakland, Alameda. But, speaking of London, London Bree. Man, I took some pictures of her out there, man. I think she still likes me. Backing that thing up to a soul cruise, man. But getting back to mayors of ill repute, how about the Oakland A's possibly being lost to Las Vegas just like they lost the Warriors, just like they lost the Raiders?
This, Mosh?
I mean, Schiff, she's the worst. I need to put her on my hit list, to be honest with you. But, I was monitoring the waiver wire, and I see where we picked up another receiver. If I'm not mistaken, I think we got this cat, Zay Jones, who was a former, 37th overall pick in the 2017 draft out of Buffalo. I think he's out of East Carolina, and hopefully, we can put him into service. I mean, we've taken a lot of flyers on guys like Martavis Bryant. I mean, number 84, the serial sexual abuser. But, hopefully this guy will work out. But we got to get better production than we did, man. Hey, can we get that pitch left to our rookie running back out of the playbook? I mean, I was feeling so good about that shutout after the first half, and then, giving all those points back and then having to fight back for that wonderful victory, man. But just think about that. And congratulations to Maurice Hurst, man, for showing up. But they have got to do something about all these ridiculous roughing-the-passer calls. I think the league is paying attention to me because I know the Raiders are with my hit list. So I'm going to put Jelly Ellis back on it. And thank goodness for listening. That's all I got. This goes out to the made men. Rudy Groot.
Q Stradamus strikes again.
Yeah.
Jelly Ellis
that hit
released
list is real.
today. Released today.
Wow.
Justin
Way to
Ellis.
go, Q.
So now, as of the 2014 draft, there's just two left now, right? Just Carr and Mack. Or no. Listen to me. What an idiot I am. Carr and Jackson were the only two left out of that draft. Is that right? Oh, wait a minute. I'm messing up my.
You're messing up your thought process.
Chat room, bail me out here. I just failed miserably as host of this show. Ron, Chucktown Raider, Big Easy, Eye Patch, Coach Davis is in there, Aaron's in there, Raider Roo's in there. Bail me out here. I know there's something to do with there's significance to Jelly Ellis and the release and to who the players are left. Maybe it's at the Reggie McKenzie era. There's something about that. So help me out there. All right, next up. Yes, Mosh.
Zay Jones.
Yeah.
Zay Jones was born March 30th, 1995.
Hey.
Somebody in this room was born March 30th, but not 1995.
No, not 1995.
Nice.
No, decades plus prior to that. Your humble host of this show was born March 30th. So yeah, great to have
you and Zay.
Me
Welcome.
and Zay.
Hey, so
and Eric Clapton, also another March 30th
and
guy.
Eric Clapton, and maybe you can, if you all change your name to Jeff, you can join his club.
Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely.
No doubt.
There's only one requirement.
What's that?
What's that?
You have to be named Jeff.
Oh, come on, man. I thought you were setting us up for something really clever right there.
Well, I'm sorry to let you down.
You, Jeff.
So we got to, we might have to have somebody go back and check out Q Stradamus. He's
that hit list is real, man.
It is the real deal. It is the real deal.
I'm gonna say he's 75+% on that hit list, and sometimes it takes a minute, but once he puts them there,
He probably might need to look in how her reelection campaign is going there in Oakland.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so big stuff there about the A's, man, getting married, or at least announced that they would be even considering.
Does that
moving
mean
to
we're going to
Vegas.
play on dirt?
Yeah.
Actually, I heard there's a really nice stadium already. It's a AAA ball club.
Okay.
And it's outside of the city limits, and that's possible.
It's possible. I mean, and Portland is a consideration. Nashville is now a consideration. There's a lot of. I would look if it.
Oh my gosh!
If they were the Nashville A's,
we would start another podcast.
Oh,
100%. Yes.
A's fan radio for sure.
Absolutely, it would not even be a question. Yeah, it would be amazing. So, anyways, great stuff there from the Capo. Appreciate you. All right, so every week we award a Sizzler. That is to the best call of the week. So the Sizzler this week, it's always a very prestigious award around here. That to be the best phone call or email is definitely a big deal, but especially tonight with all the emails, all the phone calls. If you earned a Sizzler tonight, you're working.
You did something.
You did something tonight because we got a billion voicemails. And let's start off with Jack, who we previously referred to as Jeff in Pennsylvania. He's not a member of the Jeff Nation. He's a member of Jack Nation.
Murph, Mosh, Swag, Jeff, Q-Dog. This is Jack from PAU. Kind of got my name wrong last week. Thought I was Jeff. No, definitely not a Jeff. I am a Jack from PA. Just finished watching the Bears game in London against the Raiders, coming out with the big W. I couldn't be more excited, more hyped up than watching my Raiders finally get a win in London against the Bears, seeing Mac do absolutely nothing, and just coming out with that hard-fought victory, running the ball. Josh Jacobs over 100 yards of the day. I mean, breakout game if I ever saw one. 2 touchdowns. I freaking love it. All I got to say is let's go Raiders, and let's go into this bye week, relax a little bit, get our players back to health. We'll get Gabe Jackson back in the next couple of weeks, and we are ready to go. Let's go Raiders. Peace out, guys. Bye.
Awesome stuff there. Appreciate you, Jack, in Pennsylvania. Not member of Jeff Nation. Appreciate the phone call and keep them coming. I think he's got one more, and then Jack becomes a made man. Unless there's one I missed on you, Jack. I went back and looked, and I didn't see. I saw that was your second call, best I could tell. And so definitely. And if that was your third, I've been known to make mistakes on this stuff. So if that was your third, please let me know. But appreciate you and. To clarify, okay, so I'm like, thank you, chat room, for bailing me out. We got a bunch of answers on there. Yes, it's Gabe Jackson and Derek Carr. Those are the last 2 remaining from that draft class now with Justin Ellis's departure. All right, next up, let's go to Raider Roo in Logan, Utah.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Raider Nation. This is an excited Raider Roo calling from Logan, Utah. Man, I went through all my emotions in that game, up back and forth, up and down, just, I almost feel like I was out there playing. I'm so worn out all of a sudden, just sitting at home watching it. But just happy to get that W. Wanted that game badly with, knowing all the media was going to be about not that draft, trade, sorry, if we didn't find a way to pull that one out. But to hold him and his team to 0 sacks in the game with a sack of our own, woo, go Raiders. Also, hey, I respect you guys for wanting to give you a little humble brag about Darren Waller's good call. That guy is outstanding. With that, I need to ask you guys a very big favor. Please never interview him. I want him to be a Raider for a long time. All right,
Deal.
Thanks, guys. Go Raiders.
Oh, that's an absolute deal. We won't interview Darren Waller because, yes, we don't want to see him depart from the team because we have a little bit of a curse around here. If you have been interviewed by us on Raiders Fan Radio and you are a current player of the Oakland Raiders, within a relatively short period of time, you will then be released by the team. We've sadly found that out. We are absolutely 5 for 5 on players that have been released from the Raiders. So thankful for all those guys that have joined us on the show, but we don't do so good with that. So many people at one point wanted us to interview Tom Cable. They're like, get rid of Cable. And now I would say they probably want that one back, huh?
Well, folks have been on the hit list, and maybe we should try to maybe we should try to change the name of the hit list to the future interview list.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, the target list for interviews. I dig it.
Roach goes, "Hey Murph, could you interview the refs?"
Right there. Absolutely. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy and his one good eye.
Hey, Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Capo, Nation, iPass calling in. I'm just wondering if the London Bridge is still standing. If Big Ben is still spinning in the right direction, because we shocked England. We shocked more than England. I think we shocked most of the pundits around the world have been talking about this vaunted front seven by Chicago all week long. But you know what? Our offensive line, they showed up, man. They didn't let Matt get near Carr. It was just astonishing to watch. You know, the front seven, you know, it's all I heard about was how these guys were going to come in and sack us. Well, you know what? We moved the ball on the ground. We moved the ball in the air, up and down the field. You know, we overcame a lot of mistakes, a bad pitch between Carr and Jacobs, the fumble on the goal line, the big punt return they had, and the horrendous calls by the Zebras again against Mo Hurst. That was totally ridiculous. But you know what? This team overcame it, and this is a game we won that we used to lose. We used to lose it all the time. We just get deflated and go down. Well, this team, Mayock has built with these young core guys. At the draft, he said he wanted high-character guys with big motors that came from winning programs or used to winning. These kids, they never stop, man. You know, they make mistakes. They're young, you know, but they play with heart, and they play to win the game. They play to the end, and they play hard. And it's amazing to do. So anyway, that's all I have to say about this week. It was a great win. A shocking win to me. I really didn't think we were going to go in there and do that. But hey, we're 3-2, man. So 14-2 don't look bad this year. Talk to you guys later. Ciao.
Nicely done.
Okay, so I got something on that.
All right.
So if I'm not mistaken, and somebody's going to call me out on this, but I'm throwing this out there because you know that I am a UK historian.
You are a UK historian.
The London Bridge that they keep showing on TV is not actually the London Bridge. That's the Tower Bridge. And if I'm not mistaken, the London Bridge was disassembled and shipped to, I think it's Nauvoo, Arizona.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding on that. I think the original London Bridge was moved. The one that they keep showing with the two pillars.
Yeah, very famous.
That's the Tower Bridge. That's not the London Bridge.
Wow. So good,
Yeah.
Mosh.
Nice.
All right, well, somebody in the UK hit us up and let us know, because that's
I'm right. It's in Arizona, and I think the town is Nauvoo, Arizona.
Wow, that's legit. I did not know that.
Yep.
And I will look, and I'm going to put that on my bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Great stuff there, and great call from iPatch. We appreciate you. All right, next up, let's go back to the Pacific Southwest and hear from Ruben in Vegas.
Morning, guys. Victory Monday. Ruben, Vegas. Just calling you guys this morning to get this game, got that London game out of the way. Shout out to the coach. Pretty good game plan. Prepared all week for these guys for the MAC game. Game balls go to Colton Miller and Trent Brown, the whole offensive line. You know, we did pretty good, man. Kept Carr clean. Good game. Statement game, I guess, is to shut up all the critics hating on the Raiders, as always. But just like everybody says, man, you know, everybody wants to pick against us, and I was just waiting for us just to shut people up, you know, just let's have a good game, you know, dink and dunk, all right, whatever. But Josh Jacobs was a beast, man. Hope he stays with us for the long haul. Great rookie, you know, has heart. That's what it usually takes, man. People with heart. That's what we want in the Raiders, people with heart. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a good week. Looking forward to catching you guys on the YouTube, as always. Like I said, win, lose, or tie. Raiders till I die.
Come on, Ruben. Love it. Great job there. And yeah, man, that's, you know, look, they used this draft as a way to define what this team is going to be moving forward. And, you know, it's showing up. And it, you know, look, to reflect back again on a conversation we had earlier about what Jonathan Abram is doing now in terms of like his media circuit that he's running. Like, he's way high character. Like, I think if there's anything to be taken away with all these appearances, Jeff, don't you think that's like an obvious characteristic of him as a young man. He's sticking up for his quarterback. He's sticking up for the team. He's representing himself and the team in an amazing way. Like, right? Like,
yeah, he epitomizes what it means to be a Raider.
Come on.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, that's all I got. You know, I mean, he really is. You know, he sticks up for his quarterback. You know, I mean, he has embraced the fact that this Raider team is family. And, you know, and
nicely done.
And, you know,
Yes.
and then is just a hard hitter and a fun guy to watch. And I'm counting down the days where we can watch him again. He's just a stud.
We want him back. We want him back. All right, let's go. Hey, speaking of representing the Raiders in the best way, let's hear from our buddy Houston Raider Steve.
Murph and Mosh, Houston Raider Steve. Great victory yesterday. My parents, we moved out of Chicago, out of that you-know-what hole back in 1970. We couldn't get out there fast enough, and we've never been back. And I tell you what, man, I'm so glad we're out of Chicago. What a joke. Remember that song, Sweet Home Chicago, where I kind of changed it up a little bit, and I'm going to dedicate this to Khalil Mack. I get no sacks. I get no, roughing up Derek Carr, even though I talk crap all week. Come on, oh baby, don't you want to go? Come on, oh baby, don't you want to go? Back to that same old dumpster fire. Freeze your buns off, Chicago. Hey, I just want to say, with that pick that we got from trading away Mack, of course, we got Josh Jacobs, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns yesterday. He ran around, threw him, anything. Incognito and Troy Brown did a great job, that offensive line. I know we gave up those points in the third quarter and everything. We had 2 fumbles. Jacobs fumbled that one, and Matt got it. But all he had to do was fall on the ball. That's what they tell you, Pee Wee high school football, fall on the ball. Man, great game, great win. All those great Raider fans coming back and everything. All the national media said, oh, that's a stunner. I can't believe that the Raiders actually won that game. Well, we're going to keep doing that this year because we're not the Raiders from a couple years ago. We're the new brand of Raiders. We're hitting our stride. You know what? All I can say is, Chicago, Harry Carey, this bud's for you, baby. By the way, the Cubs, they had a bad century, but they say up in Chicago, everybody has a bad century. They won the World Series, but they're Chicago. Well, they're still voting up there for the election up there. But anyway, I'm so glad that we got this win. It was a statement game. Now let's go enjoy this. Go out and have your favorite beverage, Pop a Top. And by the way, Bosch, we all love you, brother, but hey, some things are better left covered. Trust me, I know myself.
Nice. There goes his sizzler.
Oh, Steve, that was a great call, man. Love the song. That was fantastic. And Aaron, I'm not going to repeat what he just said in the chat, but oh my gosh, dude, I'm crying. I'm
so funny.
Oh my gosh.
He says it might not have happened. I tend to believe it. I know Aaron. It probably happened.
Well, yeah.
May have happened. Oh man, Steve, great call, buddy. We appreciate you, my friend. Excellent creativity to your calls, as always. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy out there that when he goes to work, defends our freedoms in this country. And let's hear from our buddy Mojo Raider.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swaggy J, Capo, rest of the fellow made men and woman. It's Mojo in San Diego checking in. Morning after, Monday morning. Watched the game just like the rest of you, and I only got one thing to say. I'm out.
Yes.
Nicely done, Mojo. That's a way to get in and get out and drop a victory on us, man.
Yeah.
Love it. So we're so excited. I want to use this chance here on the show to talk about what we got going on November. Is it 3rd or 4th? Let's see. That's the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Biletnikoff Foundation is the 1st, and so November 3rd we will be in Oakland for the Raiders Lions game, and we're going to be in the D lot. We're going to tailgate. Mojo graciously has hooked us up with the D-Lot parking pass, and he will be there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider will be there. Big Raider Trucker will be there. Raider Ramon, I think, is going to be there. Like, we're going to have a big contingent of the RFR family. All 3 of us that are in this room, me, Swaggo, and of course, the one and only Uncle Mosh. Cousin Sonny, who co-founded this show, our redheaded step cousin that we barely count because he's a Bronco fan, but we love him anyways, will be there. Our buddies from back home. Like, we're going to have we're going to have a legit tailgate. And did I mention Aaron? I mean, I don't even think I mentioned Aaron yet. Like, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider will be there. It's going to be so awesome. We're just going to have an amazing, amazing time. So if you're going to the game on November 3rd, please seek us out. We're going to be bouncing around. We're going to go visit with our buddies Kenny and Che. We're going to go visit with the Black Hole Tailgate. We're going to go visit with a lot of folks and a lot of good friends of the show. And so we're going to be moving around, but we're going to have a headquarters. We're going to have a base of operations there, thanks to Mojo. And so many, many thanks to him. And can't wait. We're going to have an absolute blast out there come November 3rd. And that's how many days away, Swaggo?
That is 25 days away.
25 days,
25 days, man, until we're out there. So great stuff there. Appreciate you, Mojo. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy, Coach Davis.
What's up, Murph? What's up, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Capo, Aaron the Cute Dog, Raider, all the made men, Raider Nation, what's up? This is Sizzle Award-winning made man Coach Davis, just touching down on this beautiful Tuesday morning. You know, man, been feeling real good about that game on Sunday. You know, no sacks for Khalil Crab. Me and my little girl gave him that name. We're going to go ahead and copyright that. Don't else use it or we'll take it. Anyway, yeah, no sacks. Our defense got 4 sacks on them, man. He was like a non-factor in the game, took him out. Man, big props to the freaking O-line and D-line, man. You know, as it sits right now, man, if the season ended, we're in the playoffs. You know, we're a wild card. I'm not trying to get too excited, too hyped up, man, but, man, we beat some good teams, man. Chicago is a good team. Indianapolis, man, they're a good team. We see what they did to the Queefs Sunday night. You know what I mean? We ain't beating no pushovers, you know what I'm saying? We beat a division rivalry, you know, the first game, you know, destroyed them, dismantled them. You know, our offensive line and our defensive line, the way we play, man, we're built to go into the winter. We're built for December. You know what I mean? Like, we can run the ball, and people can barely run the ball on us. The way they built this is awesome, man, when you really, really look at it. And we don't even have Gabe Jackson in yet. Cleveland Farrell was out of the game on Sunday. You know, we get completely healthy, man, we can make a good run, man. If we can sneak our way into the playoffs, we can make a run, man, because we're built for the playoffs. We're built for December. You know, you can run the ball and stop the run. It's good, man. We got 2 great tight ends that can block and catch. Foster Moreau is a beast. Darren Waller's a beast. And it's awesome, man. Really excited. Alec Ingold, oh, my gosh, man. We got some bruisers on this team, man. I'm just really excited. Me and my little girl, we did a little YouTube video, started a little channel, Coach Davis and Harley Davis, daddy-daughter Raider time, you know, man. Just we do it for fun, bonding, you know, not for money, none of that stuff. It's a thing for us, just to have a good time, man. But appreciate you going and looking at it, Murph and Mosh. Appreciate it, man. Well, I'm out, man. That's all I got for this week. I love y'all, man. Get ready for more wins. This is going somewhere. Oh, everybody trying to give props to all the Raiders now? Man, y'all shut y'all's damn mouth. We don't need y'all damn props and respect and looking it up, man. We've known from the beginning. The real Raider fans know what they've been doing. I don't want to hear y'all stuff. Oh, let's give respect to John Gruden. He knew what he was doing. Man, shut the hell up. Let's go, Raider Nation. Let's get them. Shut them all up.
Get him, Coach.
Hey, Coach, shoot us an email. Let us know what that link is to your channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll amplify that for sure.
For sure. We'll throw that out there and put a link to that or do whatever Swaggy J does.
I watched it, and it was cool.
You did? Was it cool?
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. I watched
That's awesome.
Yeah, it came up on, I don't know, I got a notification somewhere along the way, and so I watched it for a minute. It was great. It was just, him and his daughter hanging out talking Raiders, man.
Awesome.
Family fair, man. That's
Love
what it's
it.
all about.
Love it.
We're all about the Raiders and all about Raider family. Absolutely. All right, so, hey, here you go. Someone close to your heart,
fam.
Swaggo. Yeah, this is your fam. This is One Nation Jeff.
Hey, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, part of the Jeff Nation. This is One Nation Jeff in SoCal calling in with one small number for you guys. I know we're all high off this last win in Chicago, but I heard a stat, and I'm not sure the rest of you have heard it. Since 2016, all the international games, every team that has won the international game has gone on to the playoffs that year, starting in 2016 when we won in Mexico. So maybe I'm just a little drunk from the win, but things are looking up. Talk to you guys later. Go Raiders. This is One Nation Jeff again. Please disregard the previous phone call. Let's go for take 2.
Oh, well, so we interrupt the Sea of Fans for an episode of Jeff Nation Clarification.
Jeff Nation Clarification?
Yeah, so okay,
is this a new segment?
Well, yeah, so Jeff Nation is for life. Jeff Nation is real. And us Jeffs, we got to stick together, and we got to back each other up. So I got my boys back on this one.
All right.
And so his stat that he did since 2016, he said that every team that has won internationally has gone on for the playoffs.
Okay.
And that was almost true.
All right.
So in 2018, the Seahawks, the Chargers, and the Eagles all won internationally, and all 3 teams made the playoffs.
Okay, so 3 for 3.
In 2017, the Jags, the Saints, the Rams, the Vikings, and the Patriots all won internationally and all made the playoffs
All right,
that year.
6 for 6.
In 2016, the Raiders, the Giants, and the Jags won internationally, and the Raiders and the Giants made the playoffs. The Jags did not make the playoffs that year, so
it's
just
8 of 9 teams.
Yeah, so and well, more than that. So we've got it's 10 of 11.
Oh, 10 of 11. I'm sorry.
10 of 11.
I don't do math. So,
well, no,
okay,
you
yeah,
don't do math.
Yeah.
So 10 of 11. So we were close on that one, but yes, but the odds are good. The odds are good.
The odds are good. Thank you, Jeff.
And now back to Sea of Fans.
And now for something completely different.
Q-Dog the Capo, who runs everything, who takes care of all of our needs, so to speak, says, this just in. I got a call from the U.S. Census Bureau. They asked me, how many effing Jeffs are there on RFR?
We're all Swag Jeff. We're all Jeff in our own way. I guess there's a little Swag Jeff in all of us.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to
let that go.
After the show's over, I've got a response to that. All right, next up, we're going to hear from our buddy Rico.
Hey, guys. Raiderborn Rico here, sending you this voicemail from London. I came here on last Monday, and I can tell you that was one of my best week here in London. I got the chance to meet a lot of Raiders fan. We something special. We Raiders fan. We can be less, but we're stronger, absolutely stronger. Really good atmosphere. I got the chance to meet all the alumni class, Plunkett and Vigneski, Reese, Hackinson, meet Lincoln Kennedy 2 times because he was also at the party, blackout party on Friday. That's really cool. I didn't know they got a booster club in Italy. It's called Raiders Booster Club. I met all the Italian fellas.
Nice.
We have a good time as well. Good talk about football, about Italy, about funny things. I was really good. When I came here in London, I got to say this, shout out the best man as always, my buddy, my friend Guido. Every time I came here, not only for the games, I mean, he searched for the best accommodation, the best
amazing
option for us to feel ourselves the more comfortable possible, partying in the finest clubs, eating in the finest restaurant, having the finest accommodation. I mean, we were seeing that game from the chairman's suite up in the Tottenham Stadium. A first-class service, like Derek Carr saying the post-game press conference. He's really like that. He didn't say it as a corporate interview. He's really first-class. It was really first-class service. So shout out to my man Guido to make all this possible every time I came in here. I want to tell something about the game. We got to step up after the halftime. So we don't have to lose focus. That's it. We can go really far if we just play for 4 quarters. Didn't matter the mistakes, didn't matter the errors. Everybody can do errors like Derek Carr doing that pass to Jacobs. But after this, we don't have to lose the focus. So it's not so easy, but in a kind it is, you know. And I think we can, if we adjust that, we can go very far. Also because you can see we were not an healthy team 100%. And that's another thing that we can step up also with all this wonderful young team that we have. I mean, it's a really great team. If we execute good, we can go very, very far. And coming back to that commitment to excellence that we are projecting to resume. So saying that, I love you guys, all the best, and I'm out.
Awesome stuff.
Take it, Mosh. More people comment on Rico. And
I love the one that comment in the chat is this guy sounds like he'll steal your girl.
I know, right? And somebody wrote, I want him to say things in my ear really quiet.
Well, yeah.
He's
Jeez,
great, man.
He's the best,
Rico's
man.
awesome, man. So glad you had such a great time. And yeah, it was amazing to hear about the accommodations there at the stadium. And it sounded like he had a first-class experience there, man.
Hey,
I love hearing that stuff from Rico.
Rico, I think he's related to us.
He's got to be.
Because he brought up his guy Guido.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I got
You got a Guido.
I got a guy named Guido.
Hey.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
do.
From the homeland, man. Yeah, from the old country. We know what's up. Great stuff, Rico, man. Please, we love your voicemails. Go ahead, Mosh.
The Big Easy says, I don't know if I come on here for the Raider talk or just to read what you freaking hysterical people type.
Oh, my God. Did you see Ron? Did you see Ron in there said the only place where Jeff isn't at in RFR is on that check? Ain't that the damn truth?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Oh, that's so funny.
The chat is the best, man. If y'all don't watch it live, don't come to RFR live for us. Come for the chat.
Byron
Oh,
1975
my gosh.
says, when listening to Rico, Mosh is craving Chef Boyardee right now for
Hey,
some
hey,
reason.
don't
Hey,
insult
we
us
don't,
with
no,
Chef
no,
Boyardee.
no,
No.
But I am going to go downstairs.
Mike makes a homemade gravy, but we're not going
to. I'm going to go downstairs and make a nice dish as soon as we're done.
Dish. That's right. All right, so here we go, man. You guys are the best. All right, next up, we're going to hear from our buddy. He doesn't give his name, but I think this is Dave in the 330.
What's up, Raider Nation? Mosh, Murph, the Jeff formerly known as And.
Nice.
Good day. Good win over the Bears. Khalil, who? The boy lost his sack, I guess. We'll see who's got the sacks and who doesn't now. He's going home with just his mouth. But anyway, it's a good game. Every game.
Sorry, I talked over that. Did you hear what he said?
No.
Well, listen to this. I'll shut up. Listen to Dave. This is a great line.
His mouth. The sack, I guess. We'll see who's got the sacks and who doesn't now. He's going home with just his mouth. But anyway, it's a good game. Every game, we got three opponents in my mind. We got the opposing team, we've got the refs, and we've got ourselves. And it looks like in that last game, ourselves was the only one that gave us a real hard time. I mean, we damn near found a way to beat ourselves. But you know what? The Bears had nothing on us, nothing at all. We did whatever we wanted, took what we wanted, and we shut them up, man. People's going to respect us now. Anyway, the refs, that wasn't too bad. We had that interception that they called a roughing the passer on, took away, but it wasn't too bad, the refereeing in that game. But ourselves, man, we were all over the place, fumbling the ball on the goal line, the fumble at the snap, the missed pitch, whatever you want to call it, just the miscommunications between Jacobs and Carr. I mean, but even with all these things, we came together, we won. Like I said, of the three opponents, the only one that gave us any problem was ourselves. So keep your head up, Raider Nation. It's going to get better. Good things to come. Raider out.
All right, great job there. I believe that's Dave in the 330. And yeah, man, that game honestly, Mosh, that game would have been an absolute blowout if it weren't for the self-inflicted mistakes, wouldn't it?
We always seem to have that one quarter.
Yes.
That one quarter where we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot,
Yeah.
And we're going to get over that. We this week we responded very well from that.
Yeah, because the old Raiders or recent Raiders.
In the recent history,
they would have
folded
folded up.
Yeah, it would have been done.
Absolutely. All right, great stuff there from Dave. All right, next up, let's hear from our buddy Alex in Tucson, Arizona.
Uncle Mosh, Murph, this is Alex from Tucson, Arizona. Sorry I haven't called in a few weeks. I was on a short hiatus. I was actually in Mexico touring. You guys may not know this, but I'm actually a professional dancer and performer. I perform in theaters, so maybe Uncle Mosh and I can get together and talk about theater sometime. I know that he's really into that. anyways, I'm back. Super happy, super excited about our run game after seeing this weekend's game against the Bears. I thought we shut down Khalil Mack. He didn't have the game that he wanted. Our run game is dominant. Going into the bye week, super excited. Hope that we can rest up and get healthy and get ready to go and attack the Green Bay Packers. I think the key to winning the Green Bay Packers is continue to stay creative with our run plays. If our run game can be strong and they can respect that, they'll stack up the box and we can throw some passes to Darren Waller or whoever. Thanks a lot and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Awesome stuff from Alex in Tucson. Don't you get the feeling like Alex like the nicest guy you ever met in your whole life?
I think if Alex and Rico were in a club, you wouldn't want to bring your wife.
Yeah.
Because you'd go home alone.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, great point, Marsh. That's good stuff there, man. Alex, good to hear from you, our friend. And all right, next up, let's go down to Southern California. You know the city, and you know the wattage or the voltage.
9 volt, you know the city. So, Chicago, where's your God-gifted player, your once-in-a-lifetime player at, huh? You know what? After the game, I noticed Derek Carr's jersey was clean because Khalil Mack didn't do not a damn thing. Where were you at, Mac? Return the Mac my ass. Man, I was so hyped for the first half, 17-0, and then all of a sudden, the Raiders know how to mess with my heart. And it was like, oh no, we're going to lose. Are we really going to lose to this? We're never going to hear the end of it. But luckily, the Raiders pulled through, and that's what a good football team does. Stuck through it. You know, a little 2016 coming there with the comebacks, you know, but it was a really impressive win against a defense like that. And it shows that this team is way better than last season. Yeah, we're 3-2. When we lost, we got technically blown out. I would say, yeah.
That's when I recorded it.
We're still better than last year's team because last year's team was 1-4. I believe 1-5 at this point. Getting blown out in London, I think. So, you know, this is an impressive win. The bye week is here, so, you know, Gabe Jackson, Tyrell Williams, Farrell can all get healthy, and any other injured players can get healthy and get ready to hopefully beat Green Bay. If we beat Green Bay, then I think that'll be like, okay, this team's for real. But so far, so good. And I just hope this team just keeps improving and keeps competing because, damn, I'm fired up, Raiders. Damn. Don't go on a losing streak, please. Please, I don't need another losing streak. Okay. As always, go Raiders.
Sorry, Beto. I had to take a shot at you. You're like, man, I'm really fired up. Man. Man, I'm telling you, you could host NPR with that excitement.
All right.
Who's the jackass host that's insulting the
What is wrong with you?
Hell, man.
Why you gotta? It's bad enough. He's already acknowledged that his new moniker is 9 Volt Beto.
Yeah.
You still don't know the city.
Maybe you ought to go 18 volts. I'm just saying. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Beto, I love you, man. I'm just giving you a crap. All right, next up, let's hear it.
It's Sia fans ASMR. Really fired up about this. We love you, man.
Oh, man. Oh, so funny. All right.
You got 9 Volt Beto, sedated enthusiasm.
Oh, my. Oh my gosh!
You got a room full of ex-smokers in here coughing like we're in an iron lung ward or something.
Jeez. Oh, it's a
Big Ryder Trucker's up next.
There
he is.
Good thing Kevin sent the NA fog wipes. Thanks, Kev. I think they're working.
What's going on? The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Big Raider Trucker, checking in once again. And I don't know, I've been on iTunes lately. I think there's a real good song out there. I think it's by Mr. Morrison. and I think it goes, return of the Mac. You got no sacks. Return of the Mac. You got 3 tackles. Return of the Mac. Richie Incognito punked you. Woo! Man!
Yes!
What a hell of a game, guys. This team is just getting me hyped and hyped. This team is getting me more hyped every Sunday, and I just love it. I'm heading into the bye week. I know we got a lot of injuries. I just want to point out a couple things. One, we're getting Gabe Jackson back, and this line is looking scary with Josh Jacobs behind those monstrosities of men back there. So it's going to be good. Also, I've been hearing a lot of rumblings on, we need to go sign